am Casey. I graduated from Richmond in 2017. And today I am here with Sam from the Richmond Experience. Sam, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Samantha Knipe. I'm the founder and CEO of the Richmond Experience, and we've been in existence since 2017 and excited to be here.
All right. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Richmond Experience and how you guys got started?
Sure, yeah. So I moved to the city in 2011, and I didn't really know anybody, and I didn't know my way around. I had just graduated from college at Rutgers in New Jersey, where I'm from, and I felt like the first couple of years were really hard to get adjusted. I didn't really feel like there was a resource that was available to find things that were going on and places to go, restaurants to eat at. I relied a lot on on Google and Yelp, and they were not very helpful and just like super overwhelming with information. And so, a couple of years into becoming a Richmonder, I moved to Scotts Addition, and that's when I really started to connect a lot with the city. And so, my fiance, now husband at the time, um, started an Instagram page to kind of just journal about where we were going and what we were doing and share about some of our experiences. And that snowballed into a full blown business. And we really saw that there was a need. We weren't the only ones that were struggling to figure out where to go and what to do. And so it really turned into a whole thing that, now we have a website and we do a weekly newsletter and connect with people on um, all sorts of aspects in terms of what to do and where to go. And so it's been a really fun journey and not one that we really expected, but it's definitely been an interesting ride.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it's really, really helped me find new things to do and ways to fill my weekend. So I appreciate it. So as the Instagram and the newsletter and everything started to grow, what have people been most excited about? What have been like the trends you've seen in the city in the past, couple years?
Sure, yeah. So I think a big part of it is that, we started this right when we moved to Scotts Addition. We were one of the first apartment communities that were built there. There was still a lot that was not done. We were going through basically a developmental boom. It seems like with Richmond, a lot of restaurants were opening, people were opening businesses, the economy was doing great. And so I think the timing of it really helped to make it what it is today. Um, but I think one of the things that people really connect about is, people love to go out to eat and they love to experience new things, but there's so many other businesses, small businesses in the city that are creating experiences that are really cool for people that you just don't know about or you don't hear about. These small businesses don't have outlets for marketing necessarily or ad dollars to do something like a radio or, a print ad or something like that. And so finding these places and then sharing about them, I think has really connected a lot of people to the city. We've done food walking tours and biking tours, which seems like a touristy thing to do, but it's actually really fun. You learn a lot and it's a cool experience. And so I think people appreciate restaurant recommendations and things like that. And I think people enjoy like knowing what's going on from an event perspective. But I think what people have like gotten the most out of is sharing these like special experiences that you can do throughout the city that you might not have known about. The canal tours that are done downtown are really cool to do too. So some of those things that you maybe wouldn't stumble upon on your own, I think people have been really excited about.
Yeah, definitely. Richmond has something for everyone. So you guys do a great job at highlighting that. And you mentioned small businesses. I know that you all have been highlighting Black-owned businesses, minority-owned, female-owned businesses. How do you inspire other people locally or on the internet to do the same in that regard?
Yeah, so I think highlighting Black businesses and minority-owned businesses is important everywhere, but I think it's particularly important in Richmond because we have such a deep history. There's been, the Black community has been impacting Richmond for centuries. And so highlighting the history of that and then also talking about what they're doing today and all of the new and innovative businesses that are coming about, I think is really important. And so we can amplify that simply by sharing about it, highlighting the businesses that are opening, talking about the existing businesses, going there ourselves, um, not just supporting them through social media, but also financially and showing up to these spaces and telling people, hey, this is what this is all about. Here's what to order or things to do, how to really connect. So that's been really fun for us too. Some of our favorites in the city is like Brewers Cafe. We love shopping at Little Nomad. We've grabbed a lot of stuff for ourselves and our daughter there. Ruby Scoops is another great one. Poor Boys. So there's just so many, and it's like once you kind of really take the time to look and explore those places, I think it's really special and something that's important to be talking about.
Yeah, definitely important. So wanted to ask also, you guys started the Richmond experience in a transitional time, just graduating, you said, and trying to figure out a new city. So what advice would you give for young grads moving to a new city and maybe trying to figure out their niche in the city, figure out fun things to do?
Yeah. So follow the Richmond experience, obviously. But I would recommend getting involved. Like, I think you can go out to restaurant and bars and you can go do, walks in the parks and things like that. But I think it's important to get involved. We did like a lot of social sports. We met some friends through there. Hype, which is a young professionals group that's run by our local chamber of commerce, Chamber RVA. They're a wonderful organization. We met a bunch of friends there. They do monthly happy hours and meetups. They help you resume build and network. I mean, that's a really cool resource and that's really reasonable. I think it's like $100, for the year just to be a member and you get to go to all the programming and things like that. Um, there's a bunch of monthly meetups that are free to attend, like creative mornings and mindful mornings. These are just talks that people host throughout the city that are completely free to attend. A lot of times include a lot of young professionals, but people from all backgrounds, all different industries kind of converge on some of these events. And so that's a really fun way, I think, to like meet people, especially as you're like just entering your career, you're getting to know the city. The programming I think is really good. So try to get involved would be my advice.
Yeah, so there are a lot of the cities that Richmond grads move to probably have options like that as well. So definitely advice to anyone that is not moving to Richmond. Check out similar things like Sam said, and definitely get involved because that's how I found the Richmond experience through some friends and yeah, great advice. So I think my last question would be, what do you, if you were telling someone about Richmond who, hadn't been living here for a long time, how would you describe it? What would you say? What would you highlight?
Oh, that's like such a hard question because I feel like there's like so much to talk about, right? Um, I think I would say like look at a map a lot because I think when you first move, it can be kind of confusing with like the neighborhoods. You have North Side and West End and South Side and all of these things. Familiarize yourself with the map of the city. I think definitely get involved in some of these organizations. Try to figure out like what you're interested in, right? And so there's a lot of community in Richmond. It's one of the best parts about it. All the people that are in the city, and so um, even like Meetup is a great way to the website Meetup is that has a very active Richmond community. Find people with similar interests and connect with them. I think, take the time to like really make a bucket list and I think like a lot of people that move to Richmond, you start being like, "Ooh, I want to check out this restaurant," or "Ooh, I want to do this thing." And then it gets like to be overwhelming and then you kind of forget about things because you can't like do them all so quickly, right? It takes time. So make lists when you see something that interests you, that so that you can circle back and check it out. I mean, I still have a running list of restaurants that I want to check out. And like I've been doing this like professionally now for years. So it's crazy. But yeah, I would say just like be open to checking out new places, and definitely keep a list of spots that you want to check out, and make those connections with some of these organizations that are available. I mean, I'm sure like you are alumni. I don't know if you guys like put on events or anything like that, but I'm sure that's like also a great resource for people. So um yeah, that would be my advice.
Awesome. Yeah, I know I have a very long list in my notes app of things I want to do, places I want to go. And I'm sure it'll just keep growing. But yeah, I think that's great advice to find community, whether it's through work, grad school, even in your apartment complex. I know that my apartment is having like a watch party for the Washington Capitals.
Mhm.
So yeah, something something to do for everyone. So that's really great advice.
Yeah, the
Um,
apartment communities really get their residents involved in Richmond. It's crazy. They host like a lot of events. It's very impressive.
yeah, I know. I'm definitely excited. Since we're coming out of quarantine and summer seems like it's going to be a little more hopeful.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to share that we didn't cover?
I don't think so. Just we're always here to help. We love getting DMs and trying to help people find their way around. And if we don't have the answer, we probably can point you to someone who does. So thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to talk with you guys today. And yeah, I hope everybody has like a really great summer. And I know that we're so happy to be coming out of quarantine. And I think a lot of the businesses need our support now more than ever. And so I think it'll be a really good summer for everybody to kind of get out and about and experience the city.
Yeah, definitely. An awesome time to move to Richmond or to a new city in general. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching and hanging out with us today.